Good morning, everybody. Welcome to my home, my Halloween home. My name is Becky, and I am so excited that you're here today. If you are new or just stumbling across this channel, this video, I want to welcome you. My name is Becky, as I said, and we do all kinds of vintage content around here during the normal months of the year. But during the holidays, we go very big around here. We decorate elaborately. I love to decorate for the holidays. Halloween is my absolute favorite holiday to decorate for, and I do try to make it as magical and fun as I possibly can for all of the littles in my family to come and share with us. So what we're going to do today is we're going to do a full house tour of everything that I have decorated this year in my home for 2025 Halloween. We're going to start outside and then we're going to make our way in. Right now I've got all the lights on in the house. I've got overhead lights, I've got twinkle lights, all of that, so you can kind of see all the fine details. And then a little later, when the sun starts to go down, I'll do another quick tour with some music and let you kind of see what it looks like at night, what we see when my husband and I settle in for the night and cuddle on the couch to watch TV, the view that we're seeing in our home with all of the twinkle lights going. It's so beautiful and so magical, and I cannot wait to share it with you. So the sun is kind of coming straight at us right now, so there may be a little bit of a glare, but we're going to do the best we can. The first thing I want you to see are my adorable little ghost boys. David and I made these just out of scrap wood and just some clothes that we found at the thrift store, and I got 2 bales of hay and just decorated it as best I could. I had some leftover foliage that I got from the thrift store, and I kind of put them at the bottom where their feet are. So one, to hide the wooden boards that they're on. Two, to make it look like they're just standing in a big pile of leaves in the fall time. I have a light that lights them up at night. They are absolutely magical, and I hope they never fall apart. I already had to repair one of them this year because I just love them so much. I don't want them ever to go anywhere. This is where my poor skeleton, my 12-foot skeleton, should be standing, right here, but he did not get put up in time, and I'm so sad about that. I really am. So the theme of my house this year was skeletons came over and decided that they were going to help me decorate, and they were going to hang some lights, but they're just a haphazard crew and they're not doing that good of a job. They're falling out of the bushes. I'm going to tell y'all right now, my little neighbor across the street is going to bark the whole time, and there's nothing I can do about it. I don't know how he does not have a sore throat because he barks so much. But anyway, back to the story. They're hanging lights. They're not doing a very good job. Some of them fell in the bushes. It's just a mess. But that's the thing. We were going to start here with this tree. I decorate this tree with these pumpkins every year. I like to use these pumpkins because they're easily stored, as opposed to the buckets. I can just stack these on top of each other and put them away. Normally they're a little more secure as far as they're all facing the same direction, but we had some pretty bad weather, a lot of rain here for about 3 days straight, and they kind of got in a disarray, and I haven't had a chance to climb up there and straighten them back up. But I put a couple of them. I have 2 5-foot skeletons, as you can see. One of them is just hanging lights from this tree. These little guys here, I've had these for a few years. I always like to have them hanging out of this tree like they're picking pumpkins from the pumpkin tree. And then we've just got lights stuck everywhere. You'll see all of those tonight. Over here, I just kind of glanced over here a minute ago, but this little guy is climbing up the ladder and hanging lights. They're just kind of falling everywhere. And then here is the porch portion, and I got these blow molds this year new. They're not vintage, they're new, but they're so cute. So I put one on either side. I got these little ghost blow molds from Dollar General this year for I think $8 a piece. They do light up, but they're battery operated, so you won't actually see them lit up. I decided that I was going to use my little yard stakes here on my little posts, and then I hung some little pumpkins across the top here, and they're so cute. Before we go up under the porch, let me just show you over here. I did put my little skeleton birds in the bird bath, a few of what I call Juanita flowers, Lily's here. She just drove up. A few Juanita flowers in some of my extra pots, and that's what I have in my little flower bed. So over here we have a little concoction I did with 2 Dollar Tree pieces. I just made them look like dancing skeletons. I put some pillow covers out. These little pumpkins here, they came from the Dollar Tree. Do you need to go inside?
Brought you a present.
Oh, okay. Well, let me finish. I'm doing my full house tour.
Okay.
Give me 2 minutes.
Okay.
And then we'll hang out. She's got her little shirt that I made her. See her little shirt? That's what I made her for Christmas. Okay, so I got these 2 little pumpkin stacks from Dollar Tree. I'm looking for some more for Christmas with nutcrackers on it. That's the kind of the way I'm going, I think, for Christmas, if I can find them, but I'm having a hard time finding them. But I just use little suction cup holders to hold them up, and they've held perfectly. And then I put garland around the door, some more of those vintage blow mold pumpkin lights. You'll see all that lit up tonight. It's so magical. This little skeleton guy here was new this year. I got him from Old Time Pottery. And then lastly, I got this rug from Dollar General. Most all of the new stuff that I got was for the porch, and most all of it was from the Dollar Trees, like Dollar General, Dollar Tree, Family Dollar, places like that. So I didn't spend a ton of money, but I did get a few new fun pieces. But that right there is my favorite thing about the porch. I think that and these little pumpkins and this going down just turned out really cute. So all right, that is my outside. Also, look how beautiful my mums are. Lily planted those for me. Instead of leaving them in the pot, we put them in actual pots, and they're doing fabulous. So all right, let's go inside and I'll show you the inside. Let's go inside and I'll show you what that part looks like. So let's make our way inside the house. I always apologize for how dirty my door is. If you are a longtime subscriber, then you have heard me say that a million times, and you're also going to hear me say this. My house is small. My house is open concept. When you walk in, what you see is what you get. It's all out on display, and I kind of like it that way because the magic just kind of hits you when you walk in the door, and you kind of graze across the room, and your eye just kind of finds all of the goodies that are hidden everywhere, and I like that. Yes, I would love to have more rooms to decorate, more walls to hang things on, but this is what God has given us, and we are so grateful for the home that we have, so we do like to decorate it as best as we can. So we're gonna start in the living room with the pride and joy of my home, which is my fireplace and my mantle. My husband David built this for me just out of a whim and a dream. He kind of came up with the design himself. I told him where I wanted it. We did some measuring, and he put it together for me, and I absolutely adore this fireplace. A lot of the decor in my home, as far as the furniture pieces, were made by him, so you'll hear me say that a lot. This year was the first Halloween that I actually got to decorate my glorious, magnificent, amazing fireplace. So I got a few new pieces, mostly down here at the bottom on the hearth. These are all new pieces, but they came from the Dollar Tree and the Dollar General, so I didn't spend a ton of money, but I think it's adorable. What I did is I got these little buckets and just put some flowers in them, and then I was one of the few lucky people who got to pick up those metal pieces from the Dollar Tree with the vintage Halloween images on it. So I got 2 of those to go on either side of my fireplace. And then up here, all I did was I just had a garland, and I just tucked in all the picks and sticks to make it prettier and more fun to look at. I've got little candy corn picks. I've got little black floral picks in there. I put some blackbirds in there. Just all the things. You may recognize a few things from past years that I've used. I just wanted to use them in a different way. And then this little sign here with the ghost on it, that was new this year from Walmart. The screensaver on the television is just on YouTube. If you're wanting something like that, all you do is go to YouTube, search Halloween screensavers, and this was the very first one that came up, and it is so cute. Okay, coming over here to the left is I call this my mid-century shelf. It's not mid-century, David built it, but he built it as a replica of an actual mid-century shelf. But I love to decorate it pretty elaborately because, again, when we're sitting in the living room watching TV, this is one of the main focal points that we're looking at. So what I did is I just put a lot of my little fun Halloween pieces. I kind of stuck with the jack-o'-lantern faces on this shelf here, and then I also focused on all of my haunted houses, and I wanted it to look like if you were trick-or-treating in Salem in October, what it would look like with the leaves on the ground kind of falling down. And I think I achieved that look because I absolutely love it. I only have 3 of these little haunted houses, so we just spread them out, and I got all the trick-or-treaters I could find, and we put them together. And then these curtains are up all year long. I did not want to take them down, and I will not take them down for Christmas either. They will go with my Christmas decor, if you're wondering, because this is actually where my Christmas tree is going to go. And then up here, I put some more garland and some vintage blow mold pumpkin lights. And I just think it's so cute. Over here, I usually decorate my couch and my chair pretty simply because we all use them every day. So I just threw a blanket. This blanket was new this year, and an old pillow that I got from Walmart several years ago. My couch, just big fluffy pillows that I've had for a while. My coffee table David made for me. We just put jack-o'-lantern. That jack-o'-lantern does actually light up, but I forgot to light him up. We'll do that tonight. And I put him on a tray, some little skeleton hands coming out, and voila, we have coffee table decor. The couch that we mostly sit on is this one. So above this, I have this shelf. Now, the one thing I will say I have not figured out yet is how to hide the cord. One day, I'm going to get my husband's best friend over here to put an electrical outlet a little higher for me. But for now, this is what we got to work with. But all of the decorations up here are pieces that I've had before for years and years, and we just reconstructed them in a different way this year. I made that sign, and I like to take the same decor that I have each year and put it in a different spot and use it in a different way and make it look new and interesting to look at because, it's fun. Who wants to look at the same arrangement every single year? Speaking of which, this is the same arrangement that I do every single year. Just because my little dapper pumpkin guy will only fit here comfortably and safely. So I always put him here. I made this sign as well. And then I just put some foliage, some lights, some blackbirds. Those blackbirds are magical. All you have to do is put a little bit of orange foliage and stick a blackbird on it, and you've got the most beautiful vignette, and you don't have to do any work. I promise. It's so easy, and it makes such a big impact. So that's what we did. That shelf, pretty much all it does is house a lot of my amber glass collection. Some of the pieces are not on here right now because I've taken them down because I'm using them in an upcoming wedding that I'm helping with. So if you are a regular viewer, then you know which wedding I'm talking about. Over here, David built this shelf as well. It's just an entry table type table where we can drop our keys and such. Look at that plant, how it's just climbing up on my picture. I need to get Lily to figure out what to do over here because I don't know that I want the plant climbing all over my wall. So we're gonna have to get a check on that. This is a vintage piece that my sister had that she gave me. It's one of my prized possessions. I absolutely love it. Usually there's candy in there, but I have not bought any candy this year to put in there. And this is just a little small collection of some of my Annalise figurines. This was a gift this year that I just added to my little collection, and I love it. And this is an old Halloween picture of Summer and Lily. If you're interested, maybe one of the vlogs, I'll show you a video from that Halloween, because let me tell you, this is Darnell and Shirley. That's what their names were. And that was one of the best Halloweens ever because They put on a show that you would not believe. It was so funny. If you want to see that, let me know and I'll do a little vlog and I'll share it with you. My Halloween tree was different this year. I just wanted to try something a little bit different than what I had done in the past. I've got all the Halloween decorations that you would typically see on a Halloween tree. I just wanted to do things a little bit differently. I was inspired by a Pinterest picture and I think it turned out so lovely. All I did was I put some foliage, I put some blackbirds, and I had these little picks here left over from fall and I stuck them in there also, and then I had some sticks and magic happened and I just love it. This shelf over here didn't get decorated the way it should have. This was supposed to have lights lit up and look magic, like a little magical pumpkin patch, but it just didn't happen. Again, time ran out. This got thrown together at the last minute just to do this tour, but I did actually make the arms on this pumpkin to replicate the Catherine collection one that you see at Home Goods. I didn't want to pay $200 for one, so I just got like a $10 pumpkin, and I didn't Mod Podge it. I paper maché'd some hands for him to make him look like the Catherine's collection. So if you're interested in how I did that, I do have a video from last year where we made that together. All right, so I didn't decorate the bathroom, so we're just gonna move into the dining room. The dining room is another area in my home that I think turned out so cute this year. I did everything different. This is a hutch that my husband built for me, and I normally have like Halloween dishes that I put in it, but this year I decided that I was gonna pull out all of my vintage Pyrex and decorate with it and just add some Halloween pieces to it, and I love how it turned out. I don't know that I will ever do anything differently from this point on because this turned out so nice. I've enjoyed being able to see my Pyrex because normally it's above the kitchen cabinets and I don't get to see it that easily. So having it out here so in front of my face has just been so nice and I've enjoyed it. So this is one of my favorite things that I did this year. Over here, this is what I call my Amazon shelf. No, this table did not get decorated. Sorry, it's again, ran out of time. Oh, I forgot to turn on these lights. Hold on one second. Here we go, isn't that better? So this is what I call my Amazon shelf. What I did is I put all of my Johanna Parker pieces on the shelf along with some pieces that I felt were Johanna Parker inspired, and it turned out so nice. I could not believe that I had enough to fill this whole shelf up, but I'm just going to kind of start at the top and go down slowly so you can kind of see all of the details if you don't want to go back and watch the decorate with me. But I do have a decorate with me for every area in this house. If you see something that you really like and you want to see a closer view of it, we decorated it all together. And then, well, actually, I told you a story. The one thing I did not decorate with you is my tier tray, but I'll show you that in just a minute. So it's just so pretty. I love, it looks like if you were to walk into a boutique, this is what you would see with their items, you know, and I love that. Normally, I like to decorate my table with place settings and all of that jazz, but this year I went a little more minimal and I just put a table runner and I put my tier tray. David made my tier tray. David made my table. He didn't make my chairs. But I like to decorate my tier tray with all of my Hocus Pocus collection. I did not decorate this with you. A couple of you asked, did I miss the tier tray? No, I didn't film it because I did the same exact thing that I did last year, and I just didn't know if you guys wanted to watch the same thing again. So I just put it together off camera. But if you're interested to see how this all came together, I do have a video from last year specifically just for this tier tray. And then this is the front. A lot of this I've made, like that jar of Dead Man's Toes. Lots of Easter eggs in here that you'll see from the movie. And let me move to the back. It's basically a lot of Funko Pops and ornaments. Here's the back. And If you love this movie, then you will appreciate this tier tray. If you don't watch the movie, then you may not know what a lot of this means. But I'm not going to try to touch her, but she's supposed to be standing up straight. All right, let's move into the kitchen now. This is my blanket ladder that my friend gave me. I decorated for all of the holidays. This one is no different. So I just put a ghost blanket, and then this blanket was already on there. We just kept it up there. The kitchen is the last thing that I had to share with you. My kitchen's the tiniest kitchen in the entire world, so it's not very elaborate, but I always try to make it fun. This is a little shelf that I ordered from Hobby Lobby, and I always like to decorate it for each holiday. This year I put a couple of my vintage witches up here. Most of my vintage pieces are in the kitchen this year. So you may notice my very busy wallpaper. I do get comments on that from people who don't watch my channel regularly and don't know my style, but this is my style. This is what brings me joy. No, it does not match, but I don't care. I love this wallpaper, and no, I will not take it down because it clashes with something. I will love and embrace it, and as long as it'll hold up on my walls, we're gonna enjoy it. I'm sorry you can see the cords. We'll fix that later, but actually no, we won't, because that's where the cord goes. I can't fix that. I do try to tuck them as best I can, but that is the best it's going to get, I think. So another of my vintage pieces here, I just put him up on some books and foliage, pumpkins, lights, voila, here you go. There's your corner piece there. Over here on this corner, I tried to kind of mirror that one so it would all make sense and be a little more cohesive. I did switch out my utensil holder, and then I just added another vintage piece. There should be a light underneath there, but I looked and I couldn't find one this year. So maybe when I go through my Christmas stuff, I'll pull one out and save it for next year. And I needed a light for him too. Never found it, but it is what it is. This is this is one vintage piece that I love, and I haven't put I have not put candy in it. I haven't done all the things I said I was going to do. I'm struggling. And then above the cabinets, just a few more pieces that I've kind of scattered about. I did keep a little bit of my Pyrex up there, but not a lot. When Christmas time rolls around, we're gonna have all this decorated, so it's gonna be so much fun. I hope you come back and see and share that with me. The light's kind of hitting that, but what that is a vintage inspired postcard sitting on a flower frog. Trying to get a better view for you. And then I just stuck some, that's a little better right there. I stuck some metal numbers in there with 3 and 1 for 31. All right, let's come back down. And what I'm gonna do is turn this camera around. Oh, I have a little rug here also that I got from Ross last year. So what I'm gonna do is I am going to turn this camera around just to speak to you for a minute. And then, like I said, tonight we'll come in and we'll do just a quick nighttime tour of everything and how everything looks when the sun has gone down and it's nice and cozy. So by now you've seen the daytime view and you've seen the nighttime view. Oh, you know what? I want to show you my pants. Hold on. You can only see me from here up, so you can't really see my cute outfit, and I want to share it with you. But I got these leggings from Gabe's. Now, I got these a couple years ago, so I don't know that you'd be able to go out and find them, but they're so comfortable, they're soft, they're amazing, and I wanted to share them with you. Okay, now I can tell you my formal goodbye. If you guys are new to the channel and this looks like, hey, I'd like to hang out with them more, I'd like to see what things she's up to, please hit all the buttons, the like, the subscribe, the notification, all the bells, all the whistles, all the little buttons that you have to push. Make sure that you do that before you close this video out. That way you can hang out with me all the time. I put at least one video out a week, sometimes 2, sometimes 3. Who knows what's gonna happen around here? We just fly by the seat of our pants. We have a good time, all positive, all vintage, all fun. Come back and hang out with us again. Until next time, I love you all, and I'll see you later. Bye. Happy Halloween.